Right, how we doing, everybody? I hope we're all good. Here we go again. It's Wednesday, the 24th of January, 2024. We're going to take a look at the weather for the UK for the next couple of days. We're going to look at charts in a week's time. We're going to have a longer term look at the ensembles. We're also going to take a look at the spring warmth that is going on across many parts of Europe today. So let's get it started. So these are the 2 meter temperature anomalies. The deep reds are the obviously the anomalies from the mean. So over France at the moment, 9 degrees above average, as is the case for Spain, and even to the north of this front, over Germany towards Berlin, 6s and 7 degrees above average. So spring definitely has started to spring has sprung across parts of Europe. And if we just go down to Cambrils today on the, I think it's the Costa Dorada in Spain, look at that, a beautiful afternoon. It's been about 20 to 23 degrees across the costas this afternoon. An absolutely beautiful day. High pressure is well in control, and I'll show you the facts chart in just a moment to show what's happening. It's mild here in the UK as well, exceptionally mild. 13.4 degrees was the maximum temperature this afternoon at Shoeburyness in Essex, and many stations above 13. So, yeah, a bit of a shock. I think many of the models had only predicted highs of around 11 degrees today. So, yeah, they've undershot by, or should I say, they've overshot by quite some margin. Right, winter does hold on in places. Now, if you've been following the forecast, Scandinavia has had a brutal winter, exceptionally cold, pretty much from the end of October. And although many southern parts of Scandinavia are now relatively mild, the cold does hold on up towards northern Sweden and over towards Finland. And if we just head over to Santa's village near Rovaniemi, there you go. Look at that, minus 10 degrees. So it has come up, but I think the interesting feature on this picture is this guy that's quite boldly just standing there in shorts. So, yeah, fair play to him. I'm sure it's just an act for the camera. Right, let's get back to the weather. So, the jet stream, if you'd followed the forecast earlier in the week, we had mentioned that it was going to start moving north as an area of high pressure starts to develop across France. And that is still the case, but this high pressure system is not close enough to prevent little low pressure systems still affecting the UK. So if we just take a look at the facts chart, this is the situation today. There's this great big area of high pressure sitting down across southern Europe, giving the costas and many parts of the Mediterranean an early taste of spring. This warm air is pumping up across France, and we've got mild air over the UK as well. So this is today. But then tomorrow it's all change again. A new Atlantic weather system, a couple of fronts will be pushing across the UK, changing things tomorrow, giving a bit of a cloudier feel. But then by Friday, high pressures back to the south. We're in a ridge situation, so a somewhat improved day. But how does that all translate to weather at the surface? Well, let's make this start here. So we'll just move you out of the way nice and early, and we'll start with tomorrow. So we start mainly dry for many parts of the UK, rather chilly again in the north, but already at 2 o'clock in the morning, there will be an area of rain and drizzle pushing in from the southwest. This is the first warm front, so yeah, a very, very different feel to tomorrow. We start off cloudy, we all experience a band of rain and drizzle, and then that pushes north throughout the course of the day. So I think for tomorrow, it's typical warm sector weather. The temperatures will be coming up. There'll be a lot of leaden skies. There'll be patchy rain and drizzle around, and yeah, there will be some more persistent rain earlier on in the day across many eastern parts. Also, there is then going to be the risk of more rain developing across the southwest and many western coasts throughout the course of the evening. And then just notice at the end of the sequence that rain peps up across Wales during the evening, and then you've got a more organised band of rain across Ireland and Western Scotland. And that is a cold front, and that marks the boundary between the mild air in situ and a cooler day for Friday. So we just take a look at your temperatures tomorrow. We start off rather cold again in the north. Temperatures typically sort of 1 to 3 degrees, and obviously across the interior and across the highlands you'll be sub-zero. But that warm air in association with that warm front will be pushing in from the west, raising those temperatures so that by the time we reach 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, it's another very mild day across many parts of the UK. Certainly for England, Wales, and Ireland. Once again, I think we'll be seeing temperatures of possibly 12, 13, 14. Experience today suggests that this could well be being underplayed. So, yeah, I wouldn't be at all surprised to see a 14 somewhere in perhaps Devon, perhaps Dublin, those areas that are warmest on the charts now. Right, what we're now going to do is just take a look at the winds tomorrow. So, you'll be pleased to see that there's no wind related problems tomorrow. This is at 12 o'clock, and we've got a light southwesterly breeze blowing up across most of the country. A little bit breezier around the northwestern coast of Scotland, up towards the Isle of Skye, the Outer Hebrides. But yeah, 20, 25 miles an hour is only a fresh force 5 at most. So yeah, no problems with wind tomorrow. Right, we'll now come on to the chart for Friday. We looked at everything about Thursday. So now on Friday, we're looking to that cold front, aren't we? That's going to be pushing in from the west, preceded by that warm front. So we start Friday very cloudy. This is at 2 o'clock in the morning. Most of the country will be wet at that point. You'll have the warm front across England and Wales clearing. Then you've got the cold front that will be pushing in through Scotland, through Wales, clearing Ireland quite early. So when we all wake up, say, should we say 7 o'clock in the morning, that's moved very quickly out of the way. The cold front has pushed in to the low countries, and we're in a run of cooler west northwesterly breezes with a ridge across the UK. Right, the air is cooler with this, and this is quite an interesting chart. This is the 850 HPA temperature, so this is 1500 meters above ground level, and you can see that the upper air -6s, -7s coming into the west and the northwest. Quite chilly for a while, which may mean that some of those showers, as you can see earlier on in the day, could take on a bit of a wintry flavour across some parts of the north of the UK, but very, very briefly because the area of high pressure will be coming in to obviously snuff those showers out. So we'll take a look at your temperatures on Friday morning. We start at around about 9 degrees. That's where you've got that mild air left in the far southeast corner, but a fresher feel on Friday with temperatures in the morning around 2 to 4 degrees, peaking in the afternoon at a rather fresher 7 or 8 degrees across many parts of the UK, and across Scotland probably 4 to 6 degrees. But note towards the west there is more in the way of cloud and warmer temperatures coming in, and if we just go back to that chart and follow that through, you'll see that that cold air that comes through, that upper air, that 850 air, is only temporary, because by the time we get to the evening, that cold air has already been mixed out. Warmer air aloft is coming in from the Atlantic. Right, so this is your facts chart for the end of the day on Friday. So, yeah, an essentially dry and fine day, but later on in the day, there will be more in the way of rain and drizzle just coming in to the far northwest of Scotland. And this is picked up on the chart. So we've seen that cold front clear early on Friday. Later on in the day, more rain and drizzle coming in to the northwest of Scotland. But to the south, high pressure rules the roost once again, and it stays mainly dry and fine. I think we've looked at your temperatures. Yeah, these are your maximum temperatures on Friday. Right, so we'll now look at the pattern a week ahead today. Are there any signs of changes? Well, this is the GFS run. This was taken this morning, and this is for a week today. This is Wednesday, the 31st of January. High pressure to the south, low pressure to the north, a run of westerly breezes, and no doubt very, very mild still. So that's the GFS's take. We'll take a look at the ECM. ECM, a very similar theme. High pressure to the south, low pressure to the north. This is a very positive North Atlantic oscillation, which keeps things mild across the UK. Temperatures probably doing very well, sort of in the low teens at times for the next few days. And if we just take a look at the icon as another comparison, much the same, high pressure, perhaps slightly more to the west, perhaps more in the way of colder air starting to sort of feed into Scandinavia. Something to watch as we go into the early week in February. But yeah, for now, it is a mild, it is a mainly dry theme with any showers or spells of rain really restricted to the north. Just before we close, we'll just take a look at the ensembles. We'll look at Middle England. This is Loughborough. These are your 2 metre temperatures. So the mild theme continues, certainly up until the 2nd or 3rd of February. There's a signal for things to, slightly drop away in early February from about 3rd onwards, but the signal is weak at the moment. We do not have too much in the way of consistency. So that's it in summary. I hope you've all found the forecast useful. Suffice to say, it's mild, it's mobile, there's patchy light rain and drizzle to come through tomorrow. A brighter day on Friday. A bit of a rinse and repeat scenario over the weekend, but becoming mainly dry and settled. If you do enjoy these forecasts, please do like, share, and subscribe. And notice I'm nearly getting on for 1,000 subs, so let's see if we can get there by the end of the month as well. Anyway, I better go. Have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll speak to you in a couple of days. Ciao for now.